Hello, welcome to this program for Design and Technology. Our topic is electricity and electronics. Today, we are going to show you some basic electrical tools, a demonstration on how to use the electrical tools for electrical circuit installation and electronic circuit mounting will be also given. And finally, we will discuss some safety precautions to be taken when using the tools. Some basic electrical tools consist of the following: the wire cutter or side cutter, the wire stripper, the long nose plier, the screwdriver which may have flat or cross tip, the tester screwdriver, also known as the neon tester, soldering iron, desoldering pump, multimeters. We will now look at some of the tools. The wire cutter. Wire cutters are used for cutting electrical wires. Wire strippers, they are used to strip the insulating part of the wire. Tester screwdriver, it is a tool used to test whether there is a current flow in a circuit. Soldering irons, they are used to make electrical and electronic joints. Desoldering pump. A desoldering pump is a tool that can be used to remove molten solder. Multimeters. It is an instrument that allows the reading of several measurements in the same device, for example, voltage, current, and resistance. We can have both analog and digital multimeters. Later, you are going to see how we can use a multimeter. When working with electrical tools, it is very important to observe some safety precautions. For example, use proper tools and equipment with no conducting handles when working on electrical devices. Do not touch live wires with bare hands. There is a risk of electric shock. Wear proper shoes when working with electricity. Overloading a socket with too many devices must be avoided to prevent overheating and hence causing fires. Now, Mr. Silvio is going to show you some basic electrical tools, and he will also give a demonstration on how to use some of the tools. Please note, all experiments or hands-on activities must be done under the proper guidance and supervision of an adult who is aware of all necessary safety factors and precautions to be taken.
Hello students, I'm going to show you how to use some basic electrical tools for electrical circuit installation and electronics circuit mounting. Let us start first by using the side cutter. A side cutter, as you know, is used for cutting electrical wires. Let me show you how to cut the end of an electrical wire. As you can see, if you look at the end of the electrical wire, it is a clean and neat cut. Now we shall proceed with the wire stripper. A wire stripper is used to remove insulation at the end of a piece of electrical wire. As you can see, only the plastic insulation has been removed and the electrical conductor inside is not damaged. Please note that on the jaws of the wire stripper, we have a small hand screw that allows us to adjust the jaw so that when we remove the insulation, only the plastic insulation is being removed. Thirdly, we have what we call the long nose pliers. Long nose pliers are used to bend end of electrical wires as such, and also to make small circular loop to facilitate connection with components. Before proceeding further, I'm going to mention some safety precautions that you should observe when using these cutting tools. For example, when you're cutting a piece of wire with the side cutter, you should avoid putting your fingers too close to the jaw in order not to harm yourself by pinching your fingers in the jaw. Same for the long nose pliers. When you are bending the end of the plier, avoid putting your fingers close to the jaw. And with this one, it may happen when you're stripping the end of the plastic at the end of the wire, right? It may happen that you pinch your finger, and this is also is going to harm your fingers. Now we are going to see how to use a screwdriver in electrical and electronic circuit installation. Right? Screwdriver can be used to join wires and components together. We have normally two main types of screwdriver that we commonly use. This one is a cross point screwdriver, and this one is a flat tip screwdriver. Okay? I am now going to show you how to connect electrical wire to... Now I'm going to show you how to use one of the two screwdrivers to connect a piece of wire to a bulb holder. I am now inserting the wire underneath the screw head and tightening it firmly underneath the small screw. As you can see here, the wire has been firmly connected to the bulb holder. Let us now look at the use of a neon tester in an electronic or an electrical circuit. For example, we can use the neon tester to fasten the small screws to the electrical conductor. But the main purpose of this neon tester is to check the presence of current in an electrical circuit. Now, I'm going to show you another piece of equipment, which is a soldering iron. This is a soldering iron. A soldering iron is normally used to join components together, electrical components together, by means of solder. Okay? Let us look at this one now. This one is a desoldering pump. A desoldering pump is used to remove molten solder from joints whenever we want to remove a faulty component from a circuit. Let us look now at some safety precautions that should be observed when we use a soldering iron. As you know, in order to use a soldering iron, it has to be heated up until the solder melts to make the joint. So the tip of the soldering iron is very hot, and when the soldering iron is not in use, it has to be cut in its stand to avoid burning yourself. Never touch the tip of a soldering iron, because when it is heated up, it is very hot and you can badly burn your fingers. Now, to end this demonstration, student, we are going to look at multimeters. We have in front of us two types of meters. One is the analog meter, and the other one is a digital meter. Multimeters are used for fault findings and testing purposes. They can also be used to measure current, voltages, and resistances. Now, we are going to measure the voltage of a battery. First, we are going to measure the voltage of this battery on the analog meter. Now, I'm moving on to the digital meter so that you can see clearly the value of the voltage which is being read on the screen of the meter.
So, today you have been able to see a few electrical tools. You also observed how to use the proper tools to cut and strip wires. And finally, we discussed some safety measures when working with electrical tools and equipment. So, today you have been able to see a few electrical tools. You also observed how to use the proper tools to cut and strip wires. And finally, we discussed some safety measures when working with electrical tools and equipment. We have now come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye and see you soon.